Hey there, Yarny friends. Rachel here. I just thought I would do a video showing you a little bit of what I've got going on right now. I got this little one who doesn't want to sleep. Say hi. She's modeling my owl hat that I'm going to talk about. That's a little bit too big on her. But she's not taking it off yet. Oh, there it goes. Yeah. That's fun. And my husband's here too.
Hello.
That's my husband, Rob. He's hanging out in here with us tonight too. So I thought that I would show you a couple of the things that I've worked on. If you've seen some of my recent posts, I've posted pictures of these. This one I actually had on my 3-year-old in the pictures, Greta, but she's sound asleep already and this little one's awake and she wanted to be on my lap. So I figured since she can see herself in the camera and she's having a good time, I'd just stick a hat on her because that's just fun, right? Yeah. Is it fun? Yeah. So I was going to actually film a tutorial for this tonight, but I am not very happy with how the eyes are looking on this hat. So I'll kind of show you what I mean. If you can see, while it's on her head, we go whoop, peekaboo. The eyes kind of go out wide set a little bit, and I'm not really happy with that. So I think what I'm going to do is can I take this a minute? Thank you. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the eyes and stitch them together closer in the middle, possibly even connect them so that they don't do kind of that wide set thing, which I was planning on working on today and getting the eyes all set in a way that I really liked them so that I could film the tutorial for you guys. But despite the fact that she's not sleeping, she did not nap really today at all. And she is into everything and she's a climber. So I did not have the time that I needed to get the eyes squared away for the hat to film a tutorial. I'm hoping to be able to have it up on Friday. And so you guys can make one of these hats for yourselves. And I've been experimenting with sizes too. Should I show them the other size that I made? I don't have my tail sewn in on this. But I was trying to figure out how to make one that would actually fit a smaller head. And I think I got my row counts down for this one because this one looks like it fits her pretty good. Might need to be a little bit longer, but I made this with, so this yarn here.
It's caught on her ear.
Oop, thank you. Don't want to get you tangled, baby. Yeah, don't want to get you tangled. This hat here is made with glowing yarn from Yarn Bee from Hobby Lobby. Oh, yeah? You're going to talk to everybody? You're going to tell stories?
Yeah.
No? Okay. Well, then let me put you down for a second, okay? Okay.
Don't you come here?
You go by Dada?
Come here.
I know. It's interesting. So if you can see, the thickness of this glowing yarn is a little bit thinner. Like, it looks a little bit puffy right there, but when you kind of give it some tension, it's somewhere between a 3-weight and a 4-weight. They call it a 4-weight. I'm not sure I'd really call this a true 4-weight yarn. So it's a little bit skinnier and I used a really tight tension and I reduced my row counts on this and it made a nice little baby toddler size hat on my Addie King size. So I'm still playing around with the sizing on that. Because I want it to be able to have a variety of sizes, a variety of row counts for you guys so you can make these for a wide range of sizes. This one I would call an infant/toddler size. This one fits my 3-year-old really well. You can kind of see the size difference there. I would call this one a toddler or little kid size. And this is made with a true 4-weight yarn. And this yarn is, I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby. You can see the gradient in there and the striping. I don't know the exact colorway though. Sorry about that. But I will find it and I'll link it in the description. That's what I'll do. So I'll figure out what the exact colors of these two are and post them in the description box so that you can, if you like these yarns, you can find them for yourself. And I don't have the other one. Shoot. I have one more that I made that I think my 4-year-old, my Wilhelmina, I'm pretty sure that she misplaced for me. Because I did the eyes one way. I actually did embroidered pupils on the eyes. And she really liked that. And then I changed it and I did more like this where it has the button. The like mushroom or shank button, whatever they call that. Excuse me. And she was really unhappy with those eyes. She liked the embroidered ones better, but at that point I'd already gotten rid of the embroidered ones because I wasn't happy with them. And in her angst and frustration, I think she might have hidden it somewhere that I can't find. So I was going to show you the size comparison, but they're basically the exact same. It was the same yarn, just in a different colorway. And I could put a picture of it up here too. But it's just a little bit longer. I'd say it's about that much longer. So I would say that that one would be like a youth size. That one fits my 8-year-old really well. My 4-year-old was the one who wanted it, but it was just a smidge big on her. This one fits the 4-year-old and the 3-year-old really well, so I'd call this a little kid size, and this one would be like a baby or a toddler size. So that is what I've been working on, getting this ready to film for you guys. So those are my current projects, and I also have this to show you. Oh, I forgot. I was going to show you. I need your advice, because on the other hat that I did that I do not currently have, pardon me, still getting over that cold. I actually made the eyes offset slightly. So on this one, you can see how the color for the pupil is dead center. And I just can't decide if I like that or not. So the original eyes that I made, the color was off center, more like that. And then I had the little button right in the middle there, which I really like. And I'm changing up the size a little bit too. You can see these eyes, I feel like they're just a little bit small, believe it or not. So I made these, you can see the size difference, just a little bit bigger. The white part has 2 rows of double crochet and 1 row of single crochet just to make that circumference a little bit wider. Am I rambling, you guys? It's been a really long day. It's been a really long day. We're doing good overall. Just a lot going on. And being cooped up with sick kids for going on 2 weeks now it's a lot. Like, I was thinking we're all in the clear, we're good to go, and then the baby, Georgie, her nose started running like crazy again today. And it was like, okay, can't go anywhere. You know, I'm trying to follow the rule of no runny noses, no symptoms of anything for at least 24 hours before we really venture back into normal life. So we're still stuck. Anyways, where was I going with that? The circumference is a little bit different. And because I want it to be not so bulky, because I like the look of the offset eye, and then I just sew this circle on. But it can look a little bit bulky on the hat itself. And so I want to do it all in one piece, but I want to keep it very simple so that you don't have to worry about changing colors mid-rows and things like that. Because I do recognize the fact that some people who are here don't crochet a ton. And so if you have a knitting machine, or you're just a knitter in general and you want to make something like this, but you don't want to have to do a lot of crochet work, I'm trying to keep the eyes as simple as possible. Those of you who are avid crocheters who've been with me since the very beginning of the channel, I'm sure would probably not have much issue doing more complicated crochet eyes. But I'm always the kind of person who wants to keep things as simple as possible. Not just for the sake of, you know, being able to keep your projects manageable, but also for the sake of, for my own sake, like to be able to film things and do tutorials for things. It's less stress for me if I'm not trying to explain super complicated patterns. Yeah. My thoughts are all over the place, you guys. Thanks for hanging in there with me. I feel like I'm rambling a ton tonight. I don't normally ramble this much, so there you go. But that is the owls, that's the eyes, that's all of my dilemma with that. So you'll have to let me know in the comments if you think that it looks better with the eyes slightly offset, or if you prefer it with the centered eyes. Because I really can't decide. I just know for sure that I want them to be closer together. And that's part of the reason why I wanted to make them a little bit bigger too, is that if they're closer together and they're actually touching, so that when the hat stretches a little bit, it looks normal. I just want them to be a little bit bigger. So there's that. But what I really want to show you guys is this, because this is what I'm actually genuinely excited about. Not that I don't like those owl hats, they're fun. But when you've made a bunch of them and you've done the same eyes, like remade the eyes and torn out the eyes on multiple hats like 6 or 7 times. I don't know. Whenever I have to like pull back and rework and pull back and rework, it's not that I don't really still enjoy the pattern. And to some extent, I still enjoy the process. But it's just kind of one of those things just like, I just don't really, that's not what I want my focus to be on right now. But I will still get it done so that you guys can have it, because I know that that won't be too complicated to record up for you guys. But this is what I really wanted to show you. This is my love project. This is the one that I'm really excited about. And this is what I'm going to hopefully have up in a tutorial for you next week, either Wednesday or Friday. The 24th or the 26th is when I'm hoping to have the tutorial for this up. And that is this beauty. Ta-da! I am making a really pretty gingham blanket on my knitting machine. And I have a total of 4 panels done on it right now. And it's not a massive size. This is like a extra large baby blanket size or a lapgan size, not a full Afghan size. So the width of it is about my arm span. And it's about halfway finished. So there's going to be a skinny panel that's going to be the dead center of the blanket. So a little less than halfway finished. So it needs to have one more panel on it for it to be halfway technically. And then the other side is going to have 2 panels here, plus the one on the edge. So it's going to be a total of, how many? 5 skinny panels, 4 wide panels, for that to come out to what I want it to be. So I'm going to be doing a tutorial for this next week. I'm doing my favorite crochet join because y'all know that I hate doing mattress stitch and sewing if I don't have to do it. So if I don't have to, I'm not gonna. And I'm really pleased with the joins. And through this process, I've also figured out how to compensate for if your row counts are off, because one of these skinny panels, I'm not sure which one. I think it's this one. I think it's this one here. I did a wrong number of rows in one of the sections as I was in one of these mauve sections while I was stitching it. But you can't find where that mistake is because I was able to compensate for it. And so all of my joins are all still stitch perfect, which I absolutely love because I'm a perfectionist and I want those stitch joins to be stitch perfect, which I will show you in the tutorial exactly how to get your stitch joins stitch perfect. There is a jump on the back. There's no way around that because when you knit the tubes, they are knitted in a spiral, not in a round. I mean, yeah, it's circular, it's round, but it's in a spiral. So it's not ever gonna be like there's never gonna be a color change where there isn't some jump from row to row, which you can see, I'll show you on the back here. You can see those jumps. There's really no way around that. If you know of a way around that, please tell me because I wanna know. But because it's a spiral, there's always going to be a jump somewhere. I messed these ones up so the jumps are right next to each other. It's supposed to look more like that, so there's only 1 jump per join, and so it's a little bit less noticeable, but I don't really care personally. 1, because there isn't a way of not doing it somehow, and 2, because when you're snuggling on a blanket, like if you do crochet stuff, like you have stuff all the time that has a right side and a wrong side, right? And blankets are one of those things that have a right side and a wrong side. So this blanket just has a right side and a wrong side, and I'm perfectly okay with that because if you spread this out on a couch or a blanket, you're gonna have the right side up and no one's gonna know, no one's gonna see, no one's gonna care. And it still looks absolutely fabulous. So I am working this up on my 46 pin Eddie King size and my 22 pin Eddie Express. You do need both machines for this blanket, but if you have Centros, Centro does make a 22 pin machine, and they also have a 48 pin machine. So you might need to adjust the row count for the big squares if you're using a Centro and not an Addy. Sorry, I can't give you those exact row changes, but it has 2 more needles or pins on their machine because it's 48 instead of 46. So I think you'd only need to like increase your row count by maybe 1 or 2 rows. It shouldn't be by much. So that's what I'm working on. No, I'm not going to tell you the row counts in this video. I want you to watch the tutorial. But I am really excited about getting this filmed because I absolutely love this blanket. It's my absolute favorite thing that I've made, I think, on my knitting machine since I got it. I think it's my favorite. I'm just really, really pleased with how it's turning out. And I'm really, really pleased with these colors. I love these colors. If you are interested in these exact yarn colors, this yarn is Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek. This color is Blush. This color is Mauve. And this color is Burgundy. So those are the colors that I'm using for this blanket. Soft and Sleek is the least expensive anti-pilling acrylic that I have ever found. Or low, they don't call it anti-pilling. I should correct myself. They don't call it anti-pilling. They call it low pilling, and it does pill. It takes time to do it though. It's not like it's something that's gonna pill immediately. And if you're gentle and you care for your blanket well, it's not gonna pill quickly. I've washed my daughter's blanket, that purple checkerboard one. Do you guys remember that blanket that I made? I've washed that one probably like 7 or 8 times by now. Because she sleeps with it every single night and it's gone to school with her a few times for nap time and stuff like that. So it's been washed quite frequently and it's just now starting to pill. But she basically treats that thing like a giant lovey blanket. Like it never stays in her bed. She sleeps, like that's her comforter at night now, but it doesn't stay in her bed. It comes downstairs with her every morning. And like I said, it has gone to school a few times. And so it's up and down the stairs and she's carrying it around the house and she's snuggling with it and they stretch it out on the floor and play hopscotch on it because it's a big checkerboard, as kids do. So that blanket has already seen a lot of abuse and I've been really happy not only with how the softness is maintained, but the fact that the yarn is holding up pretty well, I would say, overall. And this yarn makes the squishiest blankets. Pardon me. Oh my goodness. It really does make the squishiest blankets. Like it's so soft and cozy and it's thick and just squeezable and wonderful. And I really like that yarn a lot. And if you get it on sale, it is only $2.79 a skein. And I want to say that there's 252 row or yards per skein. I'm not sure. Like, so the skeins aren't giant. They're not like jumbo saver kind of skeins, but they're not tiny either. For the purple checkerboard blanket that I made for my daughter, for Wilhelmina, I used a total of 8 skeins of yarn to make that blanket. And that one's about the same size as this one. It's like a extra large baby blanket or a lapgan kind of size. So that is what I'm working on. What are you guys working on? Have you guys had a good week? Like I said, it's been kind of crazy over here. It hasn't been bad, but there are going to be some changes in our household coming up soon and just trying to work out those details with my husband and figure out some of the logistics of everything. We've had a lot of really positive conversations, but just a lot of talking that through. And then, so that's a lot to think about and process. And then you have sick kiddos on top of it and everything just feels off and behind because kids are sick and they're needy and the dishes go unattended and the laundry stays in the basket so that you can sit and snuggle and wipe the boogies and be the ultimate cozy blanket for your kids while they're sick. So that is what's been going on around here. I hope that you guys are all staying healthy and safe. Here in Michigan, COVID has taken a dramatic turn for the worse, and there is a big spike going on right now in Michigan. I think it's the worst in the country at the moment. So all the more reason for us to not venture too far from home, especially while kiddos are still having sick symptoms, which it's not COVID. We didn't get COVID, but still, nobody wants to pass our stuff around. We just don't want to. So yes, I hope you guys are doing well. If you haven't seen the new stitch markers, check those out. They were in my last video. I will put pictures of them up here so you can see them. Those are at yarnatplay.com. If you haven't gone and checked those out yet, please go and do that. I'm so excited. I ordered myself some merch. I'm getting a sweatshirt and a t-shirt and a yarn bag, and I'm really excited about it. So those should hopefully be arriving in the mail early next week. And so I can't wait to show you guys that stuff because I'm just excited about it. I always need more cozy sweatshirts. So I've been so cold lately, you guys. I'm normally a pretty warm-blooded person, but just in the past couple days, I don't know what it's been like. It's been a little bit windy. Hasn't really been snowing a lot. Snowed over the weekend, and it was enough snow that it stuck overnight and the kids ran outside and played it in the morning. But it hasn't been like horribly cold. I've just been cold, like that kind of like deep bone cold where you just kind of like, I just want to put everything on. I've been walking around with scarves and hats on all week because I'm just chilly. Promise I'm not feverish, I'm just cold. So I don't know. Anyways, y'all, thanks for hanging out with me during this kind of weird rambly video and letting me show off my pretty things. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there for now. I hope you guys have a good one. Make sure to subscribe and to like this video if you've not already done that as well. All right, I will talk to y'all on Friday. Have a good night, yarny friends.